the number one sign he wants a serious relationship with you. Unless this one sign is present, you can be sure a man isn't as serious as he's trying to make you believe. Here's why. Men can fake things. Men can lie. Some men get very good at sweet talking. And in my line of work, I've seen a lot of women get tricked. The signs you think a man is serious right now, I bet you they can be faked and have been faked in the past. My name is Renee, and I've been teaching women for over 15 years now. Together with my husband, we have taught important concepts like masculine and feminine polarity, attachment styles, and the science of emotional attraction and commitment. My blog, The Feminine Woman, is one of the most read blogs on dating advice for women and femininity since 2009 and has been visited by over 40 million women. Very often, I get the question, what are the signs he wants a serious relationship with you, as opposed to showing some interest in order to get what he wants. So I thought, instead of giving you a list of 20 signs, I want to simplify it so that it is universally relatable to you and you'll have the underlying knowledge to be able to adapt it to your unique situation. See, men can be sly, tricky, and manipulative. This means they can totally act the part of a decent guy, especially in the first 6 to 12 weeks. Some men have a real-life PhD in looking like Mr. Right. They'll sweep you off your feet and make you feel like you are real-life Cinderella because they're so well-versed in playing women. Or should I say narcissism? Narcissism. Anyway, they'll make you think you've finally found the one, when really all he wants is that cookie. And he will fake everything from the car he drives to the money he makes to how attentive he can be just to get that cookie. So if there's one thing that will tell you for sure that he is serious about an actual long-term relationship with you, it's what I'm about to share with you. No, it's not that he wants you to move in with him or that he introduces you to his mum, his family, or his friends. It's not even that he talks about a future with you or that he takes you on vacation with him. It's none of those things. Those are only possible signs he wants a serious relationship with you. So when we look for this number one sign he wants a serious relationship with you, what we are looking for is everything that strictly pertains to these two little words: serious and relationship. Since men can pretend to be serious for some time, there is only one strict sign that unequivocally reveals to you that he's actually serious about being attached to you long term. What is that sign? The sign is he invests in your health, your wealth, and your happiness. I'll say it again for the ladies in the back. He invests in your health, your wealth, and your happiness. And this is a lot deeper than it sounds. So when a guy is genuinely wanting to invest in a woman for the long term, and he wants her to be his wife or have his children, he invests in her as his girl and as his woman. He cares, but he doesn't just care. He puts in an insanely disproportionate amount of energy into her health, her wealth, and her happiness. I'm not referring to men who are controlling about what you eat or what content you consume here. I'm referring to him investing in you. That's because it makes a huge difference to him as a man whether his woman is healthy or not. Every smart guy invests in a healthy woman. And if she's not healthy, he will do everything that's possible on planet Earth and under the sun to help her improve her health, because her health makes a big difference to how she shows up in their relationship. And we're referring to physical and mental health here. Now, to be more specific, her health makes a huge difference to her feminine radiance. Also, if this man actually wants children with this woman, then her health makes an even bigger difference to whether she'll be able to carry a healthy child. Men who are serious about you do this intuitively because they don't bear the babies in their own bodies. Why is it that when a guy is serious about you, he'll invest in you? Here's why. Because when a man is serious about his woman, he takes more responsibility for her. Of course, women marry narcissistic men every single day, and these narcissistic men are much less capable of investing in their woman's health, wealth, and happiness. But I'm assuming you would never in a million years want to actually be married to a narcissist. So what about your wealth? Well, it's no secret that women love money. Women need money. We have the womb. We carry and raise children no matter what. Oh wait, some women don't actually raise their children. That's awkward. But regardless, as the womb bearers, we instinctively gravitate towards generous men as well as money, because it makes a huge difference to whether we feel safe to reproduce or not. Look, women under huge financial, environmental, or even mental stress simply don't want to reproduce. We are naturally vulnerable when we are pregnant and taking care of a baby. So the man who is serious about you will be attuned to this vulnerability. And a man will take as much responsibility as he can for ensuring his woman has everything she needs financially, because it makes a big difference to her stress levels. Now, before you celebrate too much and virtue signal about how men should be more accountable for women's financial security, consider this. The same mechanism that makes a man serious about taking responsibility for her wealth and providing for a woman is the mechanism that makes men run away from committing to a woman even when she's a good woman. In other words, most men take this responsibility extremely seriously. They don't take it lightly. They want to do an outstanding job of it. As such, if they don't feel capable of doing it, a lot of men simply won't bother. Also, with a small proportion of men, they won't be emotionally and physically present in the relationship with you because they don't feel capable. This means that it is a huge effing deal for a man to take this kind of responsibility for a woman, which is why it's part of the #1 sign he wants a serious relationship with you. Now, what about the third factor in all of this? Her happiness. A man who is serious about a woman cares deeply, and I really mean deeply, about his woman's happiness. This is because the poor guy is profoundly affected by her unhappiness. I mean, if he's very invested, it can make or break his day. Why else do you think the quote, "Happy wife, happy life," is so popular? Now, there are other signs he wants a serious relationship with you, and I've written a popular article with the 10 indisputable signs he wants a serious relationship with you. That article is on my blog, The Feminine Woman. Just Google The Feminine Woman and go to my archives, or you'll find the link in the description below. Also, if you really want to test how serious your man is about you, take my free quiz on how commitment friendly is your man. It's a short quiz that will give you clarity on how serious he is about you. The link to this quiz will be in the description box below. So here's what I've learned about women. Even those women who manage to secure this type of commitment from a man tend to take it for granted after a while. See, there is no limit to a woman's expectations, but we must remember that human energy is finite. So it's not uncommon for a man and for husbands in general to feel like they're just a wallet, while their wife, has all the connection with the kids, or that she just spends all of his money whilst keeping all of her money to herself for her luxuries or for vanity. So let's take a minute to acknowledge and to appreciate how vulnerable a task providing actually is for men. I've been through so much with my husband over the last 19 years, and he has been a better provider than I thought was humanly possible. But honestly, there were times early on where we were homeless and had nothing. I've seen him work himself to the bone, losing so much sleep that it irreversibly affected his health. Now, I'm not trying to glamorize overworking here, quite the opposite. I'm trying to paint a picture of men's vulnerability and hard work here. Because as women, sometimes we just throw around the should card. A man should do this, a man should do that. Real men would do this, real men would do that. A man should provide and work hard because that's his job as a man, right? Because men are built to provide and to do the hard work, right? Well, to an extent, but that's where you get overworked men who are depressed, or men who are reliant on drugs to sustain themselves or to cope with the chronic stress levels in their bodies. All over the world, men die younger than women do. And that's not just because newborn males are more vulnerable to illnesses or that teenage boys are more likely to get into fatal accidents than teenage girls are. It's because men take on high-risk, high-stress jobs, take more risks to be worthy of women, and overall are expected to provide for everyone else. Now, please understand, I am not trying to take away credit from hardworking women here, because God knows we hardworking women are out there. This is simply a reminder that whilst it feels like a positive thing to expect more from men in relationships, let's also balance out those expectations with some appreciation. Let's appreciate the hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears. Also, the vulnerability it requires for men to put themselves and their health on the line for decades on end, just to sustain a woman and to sustain a family. Because without appreciation, then what is all his sacrifice for you as a woman really worth in the end? Oh, look at this book. 3 magical words to get the ring effortlessly fast. Click the link in the description or go to 3magicalwords.com. We've had so many women go through this book and they absolutely loved it. I promise you will too.